people that you want to have an elected position or occupy an elected position. Don't you think someone may refer to you as an old criminal?
Any one to pour me, I will take it. I did it at that time, so I cannot dodge. But what I'm telling you is this: I have been refound, not only by myself, but by God alone.
For being refound, don't you think it will still follow you? This is a political era. Like you can
Let
remember.
me tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why do you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to speak chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and try to read me in Bagan.
Are you making a statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zogis?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there at younger generation and know there is hope in the future.
Now people will use electronic and print media. They use everything to promulgate dirty propaganda. So they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to dirty us around the world. So investors cannot come here because you won't come. They'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people and killing people. President Joshua, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys. He's a boy taking over a man's task in the presidency. What do you make of that?
Two things I want to say. That statement doesn't go well with me. If Mr. Weir is a boy, then I think he's a good boy. Because Joseph Boyka, former Vice President Boyka, dropped in his heart, he collapsed. Almost died. It is that boy, because George Weir, who ran there, pick him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery that made him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery total right now. So the battery is controlled by the white man who gave it in a medical center where he was flown to. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery and a man who has a natural eye, compare the two. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and you elected him. Maybe you call George Weir boy because of the age. Because Joseph Boyka is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, well, that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weir is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boyka on the ground where he collapsed to fly him abroad for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boyka, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew him out of the country for open heart surgery that make him to live today. But the way Joseph Boyka speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, you could have know you, but he did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. Call this president boy. You call the whole Liberian president boy, then you old man, you told him battery around here.
You're
But
taking
I cannot
away.
look at a battery man and elect you because any minute you could collapse. But you always say you want to be president and we know your record. You're on the time bomb, on the borderline.
Just sitting and laughing and reading the comment section. John Balu said the reason why he's in this is to save the state. Save Liberia. But Senator Balu was senator when in his county, 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator, whose name is enshrined in the TRC report, whose testimony you can find everywhere, that allegedly carried out a massacre on the Kavala River, became a senator from in jail. He came from jail. That case died in Maryland. Senator Balu was senator. Senator Balu was senator when Keith Juba was killed. Senator Balu was senator when the Fuller man was beheaded in River G. Senator Balu was senator when the 17 young men were killed between Lower Magidi and Grand Bassa County. Senator Balu was senator when one of the people who funded all of his effort was giving Intergenet Hosmer money and squash car to love it for him to move on traveling ban and access free. But today, he say he wants to save the country. Senator Balu was senator when Bridgeway from London came to do prospect in Liberia. Senator Balu then got vehicle and money.
Balu na Brian senator.
He thought of saving Liberia then. You know, sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason why the argument is going to get big this few times. Because look, there's some.
I don't think I can do this. It's against my faith. I can.
Agostina.
I don't want to do it.
Agostina.
Yeah.
You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. If you talk to somebody and they tell you, say, oh, because I'm more Ali, don't do it. Don't put me in any situation I can handle.
I don't talk to anybody, boy.
No. Okay, you don't got to do it. What you do for me? Let's just go to the lady tomorrow morning. We'll see her. That's all. You ain't got to do anything. Yeah?
Yeah, for what now?
Agostina, don't put me in any situation I can handle. Well, yeah.
At the station.
All right. I'll come in for you after the show. We'll see her, yeah?
So do what now?
Not doing anything. We'll just go and see her.
I don't do anything, but I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, hey, it will not be for me.
It's not a job budget. And somebody come and stand in front of me and say, Representative Grace misleading the public. It's a disservice to you. And you must hold their feet to the fire because some of you voted for these thieves. Okay? That is a thief. It's a thief. I'm telling you, it's a thief. Anybody who lie on what you took, he had checked here. We published no checks before. He denied a signature on those checks before 2020 campaign. He's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. That's the budget he voted for. He's a criminal because he lied at $3.6 million is not in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I defy him. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know I'm a medicine. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal. He's a thief. To take a $45,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you didn't inform the people because say everything you will inform the people on record for that. And he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor didn't vote, but why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen. Senator Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they said they didn't want it. Where they place it? There's $3.6 million. The money here. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all of a sudden where they put it. I beg you. One question is when they took it out, can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, you know, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
We've been doing that with people cleaning the champagne in our various communities. So, in social science, said, go to people and ask them what they name. And so you posing them to say, I name this. But if you don't ask your people, then what do you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, we take them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we want to consider because we talk about autonomous, that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you do in the borough. And if you are autonomous and you have other things to do, and if you look at Nukuta, many young people are graduated from college in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting all of the communities.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're taking elementary divisions. Elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So hello, Robert B. Tier is a librarian. After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the Maribro to attend the junior high school, the Pastor Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in professions. Robert Tier is one of the daughter's son. Robert Tier is one of the incredible sons. Robert Tier is deserved to be a servant of the district. Robert Tier is a public servant. I always work at the National Security Agency in Kema County, in Kema County.
We will not fail you. We will work for you. And this is what we're doing. You listen to me in the church. I don't have to repeat myself. Everything that they say is wrong, that they don't want to start it. All the new things that is here, that we don't want to face it. Anything what they're looking for, what they say they're tired, that they don't want to start it. And that's why we try to face. They're tired. Why are they tired? How can you be tired and you walking? Your stomach is tired. Those people, they sit down, they eat well, they use the humanitarian to start the country. But not be like them. We came to the political arrangement. We came to the arrangement with vigor. We came with peace. And we attained the victory that never lead us today. And because of you today, we got education. And because of you today, our internet rolls have been paid. And because of you today, we made inflation at 27%, 99%. So don't let them tell you otherwise. Liberia is 175 years old, 171 years old. What we see in the 4 years, we have not seen. In the 4 years, you build our economy, infrastructure, that because of you today, we got more hospitals. Previous government, they depend on the hospital that were here before. But we pay a new one. We are your right leaders. And I want to thank all of the newcomers, those wise people that change. They say wise men changes, but our art, wise men and wise women changes. So I want to thank all of the young people.
Good afternoon, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the 4th of July, 2023, and of course, we say happy independence to the people of the United States of America. Today happens to be the Independence Day of the United States. From Ambassador Michael McCarthy to all of the American citizens in Liberia, including the Liberian Americans. I repeat, from Ellis Cummings down to all of the different Liberian Americans, we say happy Independence Day to you, to all of you. All of you are ardent followers in the United States. And those of you who are American citizens, those of you Liberians who are American citizens, I want to say happy independence to your second country. Liberia is your first country, the first and first ever. Thankfully, President George Weah was able to give you an opportunity where you will maintain your American citizenship. At the same time, have your Liberian citizenship intact. Happy independence to you. Oh yeah, and from all of our colleagues in the United States, and from Mr. Juan Marco Gilman, Prince Sharif, Confident D, Dorothy Desiyu, Moses Dennis, Joe Blow, Randolph Dapo, and the rest of the folks in the United States. It is your own day. It is your national day. And so we say welcome to this edition. There are too many things happening in the country. A lot of issues going on. Gloria Maya Musu Scott was on today denied when her lawyers, appear at their court in response to a petition that was filed seeking to have Madam Scott and 3 others granted the bill so that they can be home while the case has been heard. That issue was denied. 2 different motions denied by the court, and we are told they have taken an appeal to the Supreme Court's full bench. Yes, for the full bench of the Supreme Court of Liberia to look into the situation where her defense counsel prayed the indulgence of the court to grant the madam all of the suspects in the murder case of the late Shalu Musu. But that identical prayer has been prayed for by the defense counsel, was rejected, and so the madam and her legal team will be meeting up at the Supreme Court's full bench and during the next hearing. What is it? We have been told that some of those who are part of the 3, better still, we are told, somebody within the 3 has started talking already. Started talking some small things. But the case is currently at the court, and so we cannot meddle. One man said small shame is better than big shame. It is better you say it sooner and then to wait until every other means will be exhausted. When you have no other option, then it becomes so embarrassing. That is not the issue. A warrant to have Joe Bwaka arrested was issued by the court, and that warrant is as a result of the Unity Party's refusal to pay the rental fees of the McLean family. I repeat, the court was able to issue a writ finally to have Joe Bwaka and the rest of the people from the Unity Party arrested. That writ was issued on yesterday. As we speak, we are told the writ is being served. We will give you details around that. Why is the Unity Party refusing to pay the family of the McLeans? Why is it? On yesterday, the day before yesterday, we are told that Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, the rescue mother, the photocopy rescue mother, like we are told, Finda Bondo, we are told in the country, is the original rescue mother. And so we are told that Madam Yombi Kanga Lawrence went to the Farmington Hotel where they allegedly raised up to $100,000. And according to the story, they cannot be raising such money when they owe people. You can keep spending money in the community when you haven't paid your rent, when you owe people chicken feet, but you are there drinking beer all in the community. It doesn't make sense. The chicken feet woman will go after you. The cow skin woman, you creditor, will go after you. That is the case of the Unity Party. We'll read you the entire rate. We'll bring you sufficient information related to that entire situation. Lastly, from the end of election and we're going to be looking up to a response that was given by Mr. Alexander Cummings in the United States. Remember, fellow Liberians, a couple of years ago, especially on Prime FM, when the late Mamandi Sudimalin Diakete, peace be unto his ashes, when he was the official host of the Prime Morning Drive, he quizzed Alex Cummings about his involvement in the gay lifestyle. Cummings, out of some attempt to want to be very, very bold to the Liberian culture, made it clear that the issue of gay activities was a lifestyle that he was conflicted by, and of course, it is a serious situation that he was unable, Oh yeah. So Cummings in that interview was unable to make a clear definition. He was unable to be clear about his position on the issue. When he was further pushed, he said, "It is a lifestyle that I struggle with." When he was subsequently pushed, he said, "Mamadi, I've answered the question the way I feel answering it. And there will be time for political answer. There will be time that there will be answer when Liberians will perhaps want to hear." I'm just paraphrasing though. He said, "Mamadi, I've told you what I had to say. This is a lifestyle that I struggle with. There will be time for a political answer. And when that time reaches, I will give the Liberian people the political answer." Oh yes, with the power in me vested as the Grand Commander of Freedom Hub, I can safely say to you, the Liberian people, that political answer that Cummings promised years ago is now available. And that political answer that Alexander Cummings promised years ago is now available. The answer that he said the Liberian people may perhaps want to hear. I repeat, that answer that he said the Liberian people will perhaps want to hear is now available. He made the answer known when he spoke to scores of Liberians in the United States, specifically on the East Coast. We take a few bars of our theme song. When we come back, we rumble into the rest of the issues right here on 87.9. Let's take our words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia. When we return, Alexa and I will get the entire ball running right here on 87.9.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, don't report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Well, it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sanya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Alexa, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Oliver, and I would like to say good day to all of you out there. However, where you're joining us, would like to say welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. Would like to welcome you to another interesting edition of Freedom Hub. It is great being back on the radio after a couple of days been away, and I'm actually happy being here. We have a lot of different issues, but I think one of the things that I'm 100% interested in is the political answer Cummings actually promised years ago, and I guess we're going to talk about that also. And one of the things that I think a lot of people will find very laughable is the fact that you have a political party that is right now in court or really trying to, work on paying somebody's, rental fees, and yet they're lavishly celebrating and raising funds for something else. I guess we actually talked about that, and we read, the rate of arrest couple of weeks back, and I think it has already been overdue, and now people are actually looking forward to an arrest to be made. So that is also an interesting thing that people are looking forward to, and we're yet to actually get the outcome from that, and we're also yet to get whatever reply or response from the Unity Party, or maybe something that will be denied. So people are looking forward to actually getting what exactly is it, and how far has it reached, and right now exactly what will be done, because you've had several different attempts, you've had several different appeals to have different occasions to actually pay, and now it did not actually materialize, and people did not actually do exactly what they said they were going to do as per the different time frames they actually asked for. So here we are, and then we have a moment where people are saying, are we going to have the officials of Unity Party to be arrested, or is it just something that is in the news? So I guess we're going to have all of these different discussions here, but I would like to say happy Independence Day to our American friends. I would like to wish
our American friends.
To our American friends, and
all of you who are
and
Americans.
sadly, I actually planned a trip to the US in July, but right now I'm so sorry I can't be there, because I actually wanted to see
who you telling sorry?
No, I'm telling them sorry, because I actually wanted to be there.
You're supposed to be in America. You can go to America. Who you telling sorry?
I wanted to be there to actually celebrate your Independence Day with you, because it has always been like where you're from afar, and then you
they come here to
how it
celebrate
is.
the independence of
No,
us?
that is for me. I'm talking about my friends. Yeah, I'm talking about my
you
friends.
got American friends?
I have a couple of friends there.
Okay.
So I hope you guys are celebrating well, and I wish you all of the best. So happy Independence Day to all of you, and also to our Liberian citizens who are also in America, yet they still have American citizenship. Would like to say a happy Independence Day to you. I mean, you like enjoy all of the different celebrations we have, because you celebrate July 26th with us. You're gonna celebrate the 4th of July on that side as Independence Day as well. So I guess you are the real MVPs. But enjoy your day and stay out of trouble. Just enjoy it.
Okay, so yeah, Alexa, while we're wishing the United States of America happy independence, yeah, it is a good thing that you were able to inform us that you got some friends in America.
How is that on news?
No, but
how is that on news?
I mean, I know that you got friends in America, though.
You've been to America, haven't you?
I don't have.
Okay, say that.
I got friends in America.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we all have friends in America.
Yeah, I have friends. I have friends in America, and so.
But trust me, I'm going to get to America like anytime. I'm not going to say the date, but I'm going to get to America, and we'll have a new celebration. I mean, to all of my friends, especially my Liberian friends who are there, to all of you who I have met before, all of you who I actually did not meet. I guess we'll have a very good time when we meet one of these days to actually celebrate together. Like, okay. And I guess some of you also get back to Liberia for our Independence Day too, because we're like just few days or maybe a few weeks away from July 26th, and I know plenty of Liberian people can get back to the country.
So 22 days from now, we're going to be having our own
Independence Day.
Independence. So this is for those of you, the American people. You tell Ambassador what is his name? McCarthy. Tell Ambassador McCarthy. Happy Independence to you, Honorable McCarthy. To you and the rest of our American friends, want to say Happy Independence to you. Can we play the American national anthem in commemoration of their day? Let's see if we can have it. If we do not have copyright. If I play the wrong one, no issue. Let's see.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. On the shore in the sea, through this melody, where the foes are heroes, in dread silence reposes. What is that which the breeze on the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half conceals, half discloses? Now it catches the gleam of the mooring surge beam, in full glory reflected, now shines on the stream. 'Tis the star-spangled banner, oh, long may it wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, see it ever, when freemen shall stand between and on course, and while war's desolation blessed with victory and peace, may the hand-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us the nation. They cross the river, they are put in God, and is the honor in God is our trust, and the star-spangled banner in sorrow shall wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Okay, Alexa, that's the anthem of the United States of America.
Yeah, it is actually an
Are you
amazing.
are you feeling American? Are you feeling American already? Ambassador Makati, how is that? How was that, Ambassador Makati?
No, I'm not ambassador, but I mean it is an amazing anthem, and
You feel the cool booms.
it's a cool sound for the ears. To be honest, I did not feel chill or anything. I mean it is amazing.
But I still
stuff
love
like that.
Liberia though.
100% love
Liberia is the best
Liberia.
country on the planet. Yeah.
And if I'm going to get back after I'm dead, I still want to be a Liberian.
You still want to come back to
I still want
Liberia?
to come back to Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how much I love Liberia.
But it is the independence of the United States, and so I want to say happy
Yeah.
independence to you, Mr. Marcotti. Extend our profound, gratitude and felicitations to all the people of the United States.
Of course.
And this is from the management and staff of Freedom Communications Incorporated. we kind of thrilled by the progress of Liberia has been here. What was that?
No, it's okay. I think you're the one feeling American right now.
So
Yeah, there was a report from one of one of the blogs, and that report came actually from one of the police stations we have, right? So this guy, he was caught, he was arrested actually for scamming people,
Mhm.
and then he said he has several different accents.
Oh yeah.
And he actually uses these different accents to scam people. Liberians,
Oh, yeah.
we actually love America so much. So he will get to you and tell you, "Hey, excuse me, my name is Mr. Brown. I actually work for a company in the United States, and right now I'm really kind of where I'm right now. So can you actually help me with maybe $100 or $150, and I'm going to refund that amount."
That is the American accent.
So, and trust me, right? A lot of people who are gullible, you would definitely be like, "Wow, oh my God!" And he went ahead to say he would tell you that he has several different organizations and this, that. So he actually used that to scam a lot of people. And when he was caught, even the police officers, they were really surprised, because you listen to the man actually speak colloquial to you, and then if he is asked, how does he actually do it? And then he switches right at the moment and tells you, "This is exactly how to do it."
Like,
he's going to
Liberians are kind of oh my God, there was a guy called Vanny. He said, "Play that USA anthem once more. I feel the chill on my skin." My man, you're Liberian, man. Forget that thing.
Sorry, don't you're American right
we
now.
play the thing for
our traditional ally.
For the United States. And so look, listen, Liberian people very gifted. You hear me sounding like an African American. Huh? You want me sound like an African American?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And so we kind of thrilled by the support of the United States government to the people of Liberia, and we are grateful to Ambassador McCarty and the rest of the United States men and women who have sacrificed a lot of the resources in building our institutions in Liberia. And so on this day, marking your Independence Day, for on behalf of the management and staff of Freedom Communications Incorporated, and as the lead presenter of Freedom Hub, right here, we kind of want to extend our congratulatory messages to the people of the U.S. on the day marking your independence. I want to say congratulations, Ambassador McCarty. And we got a cocktail later on. Popoli. Contra Nyamo man speaking series. Well, let's go to the real issues. Oh yeah. Happy Independence Day, America. And that is the only thing that
Happy Independence Day. Enjoy your day.
Today I know I'm not correct. Well, all right, let's go over.
Enjoy your day.
So something happened, and we want to talk about it. We want to talk about something that happened, and the president and the government in extension has been doing a lot, especially on unprecedented projects. The roads, energy, the educational policies ranging from the free tuition to, the payment of WASP fees and the equipment of our schools and building of new high schools across Nimba, other places in the country. And in the midst of all of what's happening, Alexa, there are still people who think that Liberia, we want development. We're seeing the development, but we want to eat. We're hungry. And I'm not going to rule out what they are saying. I'm not going to say, the people who say, Jawia, we agree, you bang, bro, you're doing that one, but we're hungry. I'm not going to say they are not honest. I'm not going to underwrite or overlook what they are saying. But I think it is important we educate our people on the need to embrace the structural reforms. Now, when we say structural reforms, what that means is that there are things that should be in a country to give this, and those things will be responsible to give the citizens the opportunity, to better their lives, to find food for themselves, to be self-sufficient and financially independent. In the absence of those structural, provisions, it is extremely difficult for any country to run an effective private sector. What do we reference when we say structural problems and structural provision? Number one, for a country and the people to be okay. Those who formulated this idea of governance, civilization, modernization, and improvement of basic needs of the humankind, they will make you to understand that for any country to be better, that country must get Google roads. After Google roads, the country must get good electricity. From electricity, that country should get current. When these three, from electricity, the country should get water. I beg your pardon. When these three things are in line, any country where you have stable power, stable water, and the availability of major roads, that country can make progress. You know why? Because the citizens there will not beg. They will not be poor. They will be productive. They will have the sense of belonging. They will thrive with their hands. They will do things from an innovative perspective that will add on to their personal improvement. Ivory Coast is benefiting from what I'm talking about. Ivory Coast got good roads. They have stable electricity. In addition to that, they have pipe-borne water as far as Jurabuku, some of the villages in Ivory Coast, Danade, Plaqué, Jamadioke. These are villages, rural areas in Ivory Coast. As far as those places, they have pipe-borne water. Now, when these things are available, the investor will want to come. He will not be afraid to bring his investment to this country. You go to Putu, in Grand Jita, for example, there's some mountains areas in Putu. By the time rain falls today, Alexa, you go through the how you call this thing, the drainages around the mountains, and you try to grab the surface gravel. When the rain fall and the water, they wash it, the same way can be that you grab the surface gravel and you do, manual mining, put it in the calabash and shake it, you find real gold. If you're lucky, you find particles of diamonds. Now, companies want to come to explore those areas, but they will be concerned about water. They will be concerned about roads. They will be concerned about electricity. Now, in the absence of these things, it is extremely difficult to have a more effective country that will be so productive. That is Liberia for you. Now, for any country, for any government to succeed under this kind of arrangement, that government will have to ensure that the structural problems confronting the country are resolved, or they do a lot in making sure that they kickstart the process of resolving those issues. What have we had in the case of Liberia after the war? To the credit of President Salif, she kickstarted with the hydro situation, although the hydro is not good enough, to provide for the population we have and the demand for energy. She may have started some of the roads, redoing some of the existing roads. Like she was able to redo the Monrovia to Ganta. She was able to redo the one from Monrovia to, Buchanan. So far, those were the two major routes in 12 years that she was able to do, and we're not going to, downplay that. Yeah, and when President Weah came, he thought to take it from Ganta to Saniquele, from Ganta to Saclapia up towards, Tapeta, and you can have the rest of it, Rabasput to Medina corridor. He decided to do it. He decided to also take it from Banga towards, Salai up to Vonjima. That is the project's intention. And so when these things have been done, it only shows that the country is moving in a right direction in such a way that it will overcome the structural challenges. Now, the reason is because when you have these structural issues, especially with roads, settled, a lot of the congestion we have in Monrovia, where you find people living in Zinra, when they have beautiful homes in Lofa, in Maryland, in River G, Grand G, that they left there only because they came here to hustle. They will not be proud to live in Zinra in Monrovia. Do you think people in Monrovia living in Zinra are proud of it? No. They are here because the country is yet to experience structural, revolution, to have all of the structural issues addressed. Now, with the president doing all of these things, Alexa, you will be surprised to know that there are Liberians who have problems with it. The last time you and I played on this platform, a recording from Nima County when the road from Ganta to Saclapia was being, done at the moment. The citizens around some of them came up You know, and I hope my brother Crusoe can return the job very, very, very shortly. I mean, he has that audio. I hope I could get it. The guys were like, why the president facing the road? The road has been our source of income. That from the bar road, we've been surviving. That the bar road been paying our. So they talk more about wanting the road to remain in that state because, in their opinion, when the road is terrible, that's how they will, survive. Because when they push this truck and the truck leaves the mud, the truck driver will either get $2,000-$3,000, then they share it. At the end of the day, sometimes they make up to $30,000-$40,000 just from pushing vehicles. So in their mind, what the president was doing was wrong. The president was trying to put them out of job. A lot of us laugh about it, Alexa. Bulk of us did not see that as something serious. We're playing for the men funny. But what they did, I have realized that it is not only about them. There are people who are of the opinion that the president should not be developing this country, especially at the rate at which he's doing it. The latest is the one that has to do with energy. Austin Kawai and my brother Abu played the thing yesterday morning. Are you getting me? A Liberian who used to repair generator. Alexa, come and play. A man who used to play repair generator. The guy is lamenting. He's saying the president not supposed to make current stable. In fact, the president was not supposed to take current to places that never had current because, in his mind, those people who today are receiving current through LEC expansion, through the CLSG program that we signed in Ivory Coast, according to him, those people used to go to generator shops to repair their machines from time to time. And so it was as a result of that they who are generator operators, those who could repair generators, that's how they were surviving. That's how they were making their living. Unfortunately for them this time around, every single community, including Broadville, that did not test current for 12 years, part of Broadville is being electrified at the moment. The rest of the other places, there are progress on the way to extend current. Bombing Cape Mount, other places. So according to this guy, yeah, he appreciates the fact that the president is taking current almost everywhere, but the president shouldn't have done that because it is putting him out of business. Now, how do we address these issues, Alexa? How do we address it? But before I listen to you, so that maybe we squeeze in one or two calls on this subject matter, let's play the man's voice and hear exactly why he said the things he said and whether he has a point. I listen to some people say, oh, the men are fooling me. I said, no. Now, this man may appear to be sounding comical. He may appear to be sounding foolish to other people. But I think beyond the foolishness that we see, that we suspect, there is a need for us to listen to him and use his case as a study for us to teach a lot of our people and provide them with additional information as to why it is important for any government to prioritize solving the structural challenges confronting their country, whether Liberia or any other country around the world. Listen to it.
A body.
I'm not in a party where everybody is to
So why are you there?
I'm living here.
Which one you are living?
I'm not telling you, I'm working on Jeremiah. I will be going to look at my kind of people.
So you don't need LEC.
I say I need some data LEC go. To three days for the LEC go, I also never put my own. I'm telling you, that you are sure I'm talking about to me. Oh, I will not go more again.
Jump on, make you constable.
They call me, I'll tell you today. Oh, look for I'm for that.
What you going for?
I hope I will be getting one more time here. Yeah.
Anything is a problem for you to use.
Two things. Here I give me job. I'm a professional man. Yes. I can wear a motorboat. One day, I have come somewhere. I've been watching. What else? You're for the LEC. I want LEC.
But you don't use the LEC.
I want LEC card. I get general. I put general on.
But all of people get means of getting generator.
That's it. That's not make foreign stable. You never have me again general when living in the country. Really time.
Oh, anytime. Don't look at all day.
I say, that's more money. That's more money.
So you want that time to come back?
So if we have to start and come back, or I say, if you're going to be a stable, you're probably somewhere. That was an apple for you. You could have seen you, could have seen my feet, and I see on me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, try. Let's try to lose more.
That development is doing that. Why you want people to do?
Tell my woman not go for you. My picking hands on a year, I really tell you that for. Zero not for.
God, at least it's stable.
Good job. That is stable. I want to be.
Okay, thank you. I have you anyway.
So are you listening, Alexa? This is what he is saying. At least it's stable, and because of it, customers are no longer taking generators to his, generator repairing shop to do business, and so because of that, he's not making money. He's not the only person in this situation. Although the other instance is a positive one, the Lebanese who do their businesses in Central Monrovia, Alexa, when you ask them, they no longer go through the burden of burning excess fuel for their generators anymore, because sometimes 4 or 5 days in a row, they don't even go to the generator room. They don't even know how the generator is looking like. There is some relief on the consumption of fuel, maintenance of the machines, and the provision of other lubricants like engine oils and other different stuff. You heard him, man. He appreciated the fact that current there, but in his mind, at least the current should go down 2-3 days. Once the current goes 2-3 days, people who are already used to current, they will take their machines and carry, because the machines always faulty, so the machines always get problems. So they will take the machines and carry to him to fix it. You get current sometimes, you carry it. The people use the machine. This is how a Liberian is suggesting that our country should run.
Well, so I think we actually have an interesting country. I actually think we have a country with a lot of people who are interesting to some, extent. And whenever we have these different, statements from people, sometimes it is actually laughable. At the same time, it is way more serious, because if these different issues on the different statements people are making daily based on, development and the drastic changes we are experiencing as a country in all sectors, trust me, we're going to have a very long way to go in order to have all of these things to reach to a point where people will appreciate, the different changes in the different sectors we have. So I think one of the major problems we have is the fact that a lot of people are yet to actually graduate from the previous mindset they had, to this moment where you have a lot of people who are also 100% invested into development and they appreciate developmental activities. So you have a lot of people whose mindsets are yet to be changed. So they're still living in, those different moments where they still want things to be exactly how they were. So all of these things are happening. Like, for example, the different road connectivities across the country, right? This is like something that is a livelihood for people. And we're here advocating to have a lot of these, connections across the different countries to, allow people to have smooth movement from one county to another, especially people who are into farming, so they can be able to, to have something earned from exactly some of the things they plant on a daily basis on their different farms and their gardens and all of those different things. We keep advocating to have a lot of roads to be built, because this is an important aspect of every, a country's economic growth. Because if you have a lot of different roads, Oliver, trust me, you wouldn't have everyone to actually leave Grand Bassa, for example. You wouldn't have everyone to leave Lofa County, for example, to just want to live in Monrovia. No, you will have people to stay in the different counties. You will have people to stay in the different spaces they are, as long as they have road to connect them, easily from one space to another. So people's mindsets are yet to be changed. I mean, some people. So if you're going to play exactly what the guy is saying, it may sound like something that is way more funny, but that is like serious. And he's not just the only person who has that. Oh, yeah. You have a lot of people. They will tell you today, you have electricity from this space to that space. It is okay because people are actually benefiting from this, and people are actually, appreciating this, and people want to have like everywhere in the country to be connected by, raw electricity and everywhere has to be connected somehow to have a country where the different systems will be rebuilt and the different structures will be back in place as they were before. But you still have a lot of people who think this is like taking away their livelihoods, and they think this is something that is not really okay for them, because that's exactly how they survive. That's exactly, you know, the space where they get their end means. So at the end of the day, you will still have people to complain. You will still have people to have issues with all of these different things. So I think at the end of the day, we need a lot of people. We need a lot of different, you know, awareness messages out there. Not just Alexa as a journalist, not just Oliver as a journalist, but we need everyone on board, because if I'm like, I guess the person who actually did the recording is not really a journalist. Maybe that was just some sort of a conversation they had, and the person thought it wise to, you know, record for people to listen and definitely see exactly how some people think and how some of the folks we have in Liberia, their mindsets are yet to be changed. You listen to the comparisons he had to make. He was talking about Taylortown or Ellington, and the guy asked me, should we go back? And he said, no, we should not go back. But
that is the point. The man said we should not go back. We should go back to Taylortown, because he said Taylortown, the current one, not playing the oil around the country.
So they used to make a lot of money.
And that's true, right?
Yeah.
Johnsonville never had current, you know, Man Barkley, all the places that got current today, they never had current.
So based on the comparisons they had with, you know, Ellen Johnson and that of Charles Taylor, and now we have George Weah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he was asked in fact if we should go back to that, he said no, we should not go back to that, but at least we should have current to go for maybe a day or two
days,
so I can be able to, you know, have people to get to me to fix this, to fix that, and fix that. And this is like one of the things that I think a lot of people will actually encounter. Like, you just listen to someone from, I don't know where this person is from, but trust me, if you're going to go to rural Liberia, trust me, if you're going to go to places where people did not actually see maybe electricity before, people did not actually see a paved road before, and then we have all of these things to be taken back to them right now at about this moment, where you have a lot of other countries that they are way ahead of us. And now we're just trying to get on the path with some of the countries when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to electricity, when it comes to, you know, some of the different developmental activities that we're on now as a country. You have other countries that are far ahead of us. And now you have some people who have not actually seen some of these things. And now you have these things reaching to them. They still have issues. Why? Because their mindsets. So I think we need people to understand that for a country to move forward, for now, let's disregard the other press like they, right? Because we're focusing on, you know, the structural aspect. So if you want a country to move forward, people should firstly understand that a lot of things have to change. People should understand that there will be, you know, drastic changes in all aspects, in all sectors of the country. If you used to, you know, maybe or have a job that whenever you have a road that is not well connected, you have people to be there to put maybe rocks, to put muds and stuff like that. But now that is not happening, because the space you used to fix right now, it is like paved, right? You have people who used to do those little jobs. Right now they will have issues with that. You know why? Because that was exactly how they got money somehow. So I think people have to understand that for a country to move forward, for us to be on path with other countries to actually, you know, or be like, you know, side to side, or however it is called, we have to understand that there will be drastic changes. And all of the drastic changes, I mean, you're going to have people who will not have jobs. You're going to have people who will not really do what they used to do before, because right now you have these things to change and you have something else to be done. So I think people should be able to embrace the different changes if we're talking about the structural aspect of the country. And I also think that people who are, you know, well versed in, you know, the different fields, like maybe whatever, mechanical engineering, or, you know, however it is called, or people who know how to fix this, fix that, if there is a need to have them recruited on some of the different, you know, projects. Because I guess when you have people into electricity, you have people to do wiring, you have people to do, you know, some of the different little jobs that people do in that field, right? So I think you have these people to be contracted to, you know, at least have something to do, because you wouldn't have someone, we know everyone would not be, you know, recruited by government, right? But sometimes you have these different companies, you have these, you know, different corporations. So you just talk to them to have these people on board for a contract, maybe for a month, based on the work that has been done. and they can be able to, do something. But trust me, the mindsets we have in this country, these are some of the difficult things we have. And if these things are not changed, trust me, no matter how many roads are built, no matter how many beautiful buildings you have, no matter how well connected country is when it comes to electricity, you will still have people telling you, the country is like this, the country is like that, the country is this other way. Because why? This is not something they're used to. They're used to, somebody calling, oh, Oliver, my generator, and not starting, taco generator. I have a history of that, and I know how taco generator can act. So someone will call Oliver, oh, the generator not working. Oliver go there and change spark plug. By the way, I know how to change spark plug on a generator. Oliver will change that. Well, I'm gonna get something though. Oliver will get something because Oliver is the one doing the job, right? And if you have some kind of small road somewhere, maybe, and they say, oh, the area caught the people not passing, you get Oliver and they can put plenty right, they can put plenty there. Oliver and they will get some more money, right? But when that is like really fixed, like permanently, where one more or two more, you don't get people to say, oh, the road caught. The people that used to post small thing on the road, they will get issue.
They're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, so they will get issues. So I think whenever we have all of these different complaints, like, it is funny, but we're going to have a lot of these. And this is not the first time. You will listen to a lot of people. So get these people on board whenever you have maybe, a contract, or whenever you have these things, these works are to be done in bulk. You can tell the companies, or you tell, some of the corporation, oh, you just contract these people, let them do the work they're able to do.
Yeah. And I like how you ended. So you'll be looking at this because that's where we're going right next. You want to find it by yourself? Yeah, it is on from Page Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. So as Alexa is finding our next talking point, she made a very salient point when she was concluding. Now, the guy may have sounded very funny, and that's why I don't want us seeing him as a funny guy. But what I think the government should start to do, because our people are not used to development. In all fairness, the people kept this country backward for a longer period. So to start taking current to the people, pave roads to the people. The last time we're in Saniquili, the road from Ghana to Saniquili is as paved as the road between Jersey and Delaware. That's how paved it is. I don't say wide, I don't say the high wide. I say that's how paved it is. I mean, good roads. So, but these people are not accustomed to this kind of transformed environments. And so as a result of the urbanization of the country, you will find, behavioral impacts is going to impact people different ways. People are going to respond to development in different ways. And in most instances, the people understanding of development sometimes will just be so low. So what I think can happen is that when the government decides to do, an expansion of energy, automatically it is clear that it will put people who are into generator business out of job. Technically, it's going to put them out of job. And those people are not too many. Alexa, I'm not too sure we got more than 50 generator repairers in each of the districts in this country. We got 73 districts, right? I'm not too sure we got 50 main generator operators who got their own shops, generator repairing shops in each of the districts. Whatever the case is, even if we have 100 of them in each district, some kind of way we can manage and find some kind of program, maybe we can factor them or enhance their ability to invest into something else. Perhaps we can make them maintenance, people in some kind of place. But I think the partners who are often working with us should find a way that will incorporate these people. And I think Abu Sherry struck that point on Freedom Money Rise yesterday when he said, look, the generator repairers, if you know that on the generator you can fix and the president putting current all over now, try to improve your skills. So what you do, since generator ain't making it anymore, and at least you have the technical foundation, you have the basis for technical job. So since generator ain't making money again, you're not too big to learn. Go to maybe MVTC or one of these vocational training institutions and do electricity. So that since generator can make money for you anymore, and current just going all over, when you do electricity, you'll be able to go to people who buy new horses and do their wiring. You wire one horse, people pay 500, 600. You can be eating out one. In 2 months' time, you get another whole contract. Sometimes you face the generator, you face it today, they give you $50, they give you $30. It may not be as compared to when you are a trained and seasoned industrial electrician or domestic wiring, electrician. So as the country continues to transition, so should the skilled laborers also transition from one skill to the other. I mean, in my mind, that is how it should be. But the government will also have a part to play. And that's what we are asking the government. Look, when you're doing these things, find means to incorporate people, especially those who have been managing with that sector before the transformation can come. Because if it not happen, I can make some men and start cutting the wire. That's why I can make some of the guys start cutting the wires. That's why I can make some of the guys, like some of the guys who are into community current business, bulk of them are out of job. Before current could go to some places, I know Cardwell, for example, it was in 2019 when LEC started giving current to Cardwell, Alexa, you will realize that there were guys who could do this community current. So at the end of the month, people pay $80, $60 to the guy because he was supplying current from 6 to 6 in the morning. In a day, no current there. When you want day current, you go and pay for it. By the time LEC went to the places, the main machine call up, the machine silent. You can put it on again. Nobody want it again. That man is automatically out of business. There should be some kind of strategy, formulated by the government or with the partners to incorporate these people so that they do not feel, victimized as a result of the government's decision to urbanize the country. There's a two-way street, but on the overall, I just do not think that Liberians should regret on the fact that the country is making progress. We are too old. We can be praising Nigeria, Ghana there, and at the same time, we're trying to shoot ourselves in the leg with. Look at the other thing the guy was talking when obeying the Ghana the Sakapia rule. Listen to this.
Feeling bad. Reason being is that they rule through the bad rule, we get our facility. Left that interest. They rule our interest, the bad rule, and the only way we can get less on here for the inside get on it for ourselves. But now see your face in the rule, and when your face the rule, we not be getting something. Then suffering will come to us, and not small suffering coming on the tree. More than we work for this. But every day we can't give you 250, each truck get you 2,500. Truck passing your car, give you 500. The motorbike give you 150. At the end of the day, we can get about 10, 15, 20,000 a day. So I think in our community Thursday now we got put something there like an even start renovate our community pond to be our town hall to do some toilet baying and things. But now you're facing the road. How will we be generating money? So the facing on the road, a bad dream to us. Yeah, we feel bad. Because after facing the road, what would be benefiting? What would get a job for to do to be getting such a money? It's fair. It's not fair to them, but me, it's happening to me.
Okay. All right. So you heard it? That's the same thing that happened in Saclapia. So when the government doing the project, when they know they got people in the kind of category, some kind of way let's find means to accommodate them so that they don't feel victimized as a result of the transformative stage or pace the country will be moving at. And let's have the next story. The party people on yesterday, the court issued a statement. The court again came out to remind the United Party. And I want you to read that story. It was published by the Front Page Africa on today, July 4, 2023. And the story was done by Willie K. Topa of Front Page Africa. Read the story and let's have that conversation.
Okay, so so this is from Front Page Africa, and it says Unity Party standard bearer Joseph N. Boakai, along with his officials, including the party's chairman, co-chair, secretary general, legal counsel, and chair on the steering committee, are at risk of being arrested and incarcerated at the Monrovia Central Prison, having failed to meet the deadline of Monday, July 3, 2023, to pay rents owed the Wojolo Macklin Enterprise Incorporated.
That is the detailed caption.
Right. So
just wanting to reread this part. The party standard bearer Joe Boakai, along with his officials, including the party chairman, the co-chairperson, the secretary general, the legal counsel, and chair on the steering committee, are at risk, Alexa, of being arrested and incarcerated. Or being arrested in jail. That word they call incarcerated is to represent jail. At the Monrovia Central Prison, which is South Beach. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Having failed to meet the deadline of Monday. So it was yesterday, Alexa.
They should have paid yesterday.
That they're supposed to pay the Wajiro McLean family their money.
And did not do that.
They didn't do it. Now, read further.
The amount in question is US 200,000, and since August 16, 2022, the court has ordered
since last year, August 2022.
Since last year. And the court has ordered the Unity Party to pay half of this amount.
Since last year, August, the court said you owe Wajiro McLean 200,000 because you use the McLean family property up Congo Town for your party headquarters. Since that time, you now pay the people money. The money is 200,000. Since August 16, 2022, the court said, since that 200,000 Unity Party people, you say you're not get money, you say you're broke, you'll pay half of the money. Then you will pay the other half later on. Go ahead.
The Unity Party to pay half of this amount, which is 100,375 on or before October 31, 2022.
So in August, the told them say between now to October 31, 2022, you're gonna pay 100,000 of this money. They owe 200,000 last year. In August, they say you're gonna pay 100,000, and you should pay it by October 31st in the same last year.
Right.
And the remaining 50%
was to be paid on or before December 15, 2022.
So the man say in April, the man say April last year, they said, look, Unity Party, you owe Wajiro McLean 200,000. Please pay Wajiro McLean $100,379, before the 31st of October.
Right.
So, see, you owe 200,000. We, as the court, will not be so bad to you to say pay all the 200,000 on the spot.
So pay the first one.
Let me you pay the people money through SEPI. You know, pay in installment, small. So pay half of the money in October. Then you pay the balance 100,000 in December of 2022.
Right.
That
So
last year
happened
last year. It is not this year thing. That last year, the court and the Unity Party reached that agreement. You use the people horse, you chanted battle cry there, you did everything, you do Amanda, I wait till you printed t-shirt, wasted pin on the people ground, you did everything with the people party headquarters. You refuse to pay the money, 200,000. The people say, okay, so we'll bring you to court, and you do the one, you already declare that you owe us. We'll not tell you to pay the money 100%. Please pay the money 2 times. Don't pay it on the spot. Pay 100,000 first in October. You pay the second 100,000 in December. What did they do, Alexa?
Failure to fulfill these obligations will result in an execution to satisfy the court's judgment.
So we are telling you to pay 2 times. The money pay in 2 different forms. Say pay the first one, you pay the second one, then the 200,000 finish. Well, you don't McLean family not know you. You not know them your pathways. You're going to sit under your brush tree outfit that you're building. Anything you want to do that you want to owe your new landlord then to brush tree that you're building. You want to pay them on time that you're building. But pay the Wajiro McLean family some of their money in October and pay the last money in December. Go ahead. On February
23, 2021, McLean filed a summary proceeding against the Unity Party chairman and all those in authority to recover possession of the real property. On November 23, 2021, the court held the Unity Party liable and ordered the sheriff to evict the UP. Additionally, they were ordered to pay arrears of US $180,000 and an additional US $20,000 for wrongfully withholding the property.
Okay.
The McLean were then placed in possession of the said property, and the key was turned over to them.
Okay. So the Unity Party could not pay the people money all that time. So the people are owing Unity Party are owing the people 200,000. So they were unable to pay the money. So on the 23rd of November 2021, the court held the Unity Party liable and ordered the sheriff to evict the Unity Party. So the court said you owe the people 200,000 and there is no sign to show that you will pay their money or you're about to pay their money, that you even have interest to continue renting from them. So the people say the money you owe from them is too much. They will not allow you remain in their party, in their house again to make a party headquarters. So all they want, move from in their house and show them time where you pay their banner money. So the court issue a letter to the sheriff giving them the authority to evict the Unity Party. When you owe your rent in your community, West Point, Nigutan, and you ought to pay. If people go to town hall court, they get a sheriff notice. When the sheriff comes, the sheriff say, "My man, stand right here. We put in your thing." Also, I say you can say we steal it. That which can happen to you personally. That's what they did to the Unity Party. The McLean were.
Okay, so they were the McLean Enterprise then requested a rate of execution for the payment of US $200,000. However, on June 14, 2022, the Unity Party filed a response for a payment stipulation.
Okay.
So that is like the installation of payment. This
Sure.
that. The petition was heard by Judge Nancy
Finda
Sammy,
who ordered
the Unity Party to pay 25% of the said amount within a week as of August 16, 2022.
So the court said, the party paid 25% of the people money as of August 16, 2022. The same last year. Last year, the same thing is still happening. However,
the Unity Party failed to comply.
They didn't
with
listen.
the mandate.
A party wishing to steer the affairs of the Republic of Liberia is reneging, deliberately refusing to pay people their rent. But this party bought over 30 vehicles in a few days. I don't know, people give it to them free, but I don't care. Elisha, if I owe my landlord, if I owe my landlord $1,000 for my rent, and people buy me cars, computers, even if they don't get the money, but they buy me car, computer, they can't land it in front of the hall that I'm renting.
And they know if you're making
They learn all the fee that I got money. So if I want to be free, let me sell some of those cars and pay my damn rent that I owe them. So the people say, they pay our money, but they rent a new building with Broad Street. They pay our money, but they get bigger than all over the place. They pay our money. They are celebrating birthday party at the Farmington Hotel and generating up to 30, 40, 50,000 US dollars. How come? Let's continue reading.
On October 19, 2022, a second ruling was made by George Salmon.
Okay.
Mandating the Unity
in
Party.
October again.
October.
The second ruling. The first one came, they not listening.
Right.
The second one, now what they're about to do.
Right.
They seen last year.
Mandating the Unity Party to pay a sum of US $100,375 US dollars, representing half of the total arrears owed to McLean on or before October 31, 2022.
So in the same October, they say, we pay the people half of their money. We tell you to pay 25%, you refuse. So pay half of the money and you must pay at the end of the month, which is October 31st, the 31st of October 2022, the same last year. The remaining amount.
The remaining amount was to be paid on or before December 15, 2022, or else a rate of execution will be issued.
Simple. So the same last year, they told them, if you're not paying the people money this month at the end of October, and you won't pay the second one at the end of December, in the middle of December, which is the 15th of December, a rate of execution will be issued.
Once again, the Unity Party failed to honor the court's mandate.
Once again, as though it is not somebody's property that they suffer for and that the person built with their hard-earned money they use and refuse to operate. No, Alexa, I don't want to be. You will read the whole letter and exhaust it, but here's the thing: political party properties are part of political party business investments. You know why? Because it is from these structures that political parties have the ability to grasp onto political powers that are subsequently lucrative. I will remind the people of this country that party headquarters was where Unity Party had the two successive campaigns that made Dillon senator. That party headquarters was where the CPP had their formation grounded. You remember that the Cassell even went to that party headquarters. The late Cassell. Cummins, Bronsky, Bwaka, peace to the ashes of Bronsky. That party headquarters made people like Jonathan Borcha Segwe there senator today, because it was as a result of that facility being available that gave them the opportunity to congregate and discuss issues in the interest of their political Johnny. In this country, and I mean basic economic principles will tell you, Alexa, that for business to be established, you need capital. When you look at capital in the establishment of business, capital refers to the little money you want to start with, and basically land. The people say you can do business at the modern business now. People can do online businesses, right? But to really do business, you need land, labor, and capital. I mean, yeah, land, labor, and the initial money you wanted to do. So the property of the Unity Party has been the official capital of the Unity Party. That is what made them to congregate, to have too many meetings that brought forth several senators from the 2020 election and gave them, so as a result, look, by right, they've benefited immensely from that property. The business they were doing from that property, they have generated more money from that property because all of the senators they produced from that arrangement, if those senators were to be taxed, that, hey, you became senator because of a temple that we brought you to, that we baptized you in, that we had the worship service, the fast and prayer in, and made you senator. If they were paying 200,000, if they don't just choose to pay 25 or 50, Bocha pay 50, Yomli pay 50, Botokane pay 50. Who the other person again? The plenty Primo, you pay 50. With almost 500,000, you can generate 500,000. You pay put 200,000. You got 300,000 left with you. Why are you reneging to pay the people? This is the second attempt. Let's proceed.
As a result, McLean filed a bill of information on May 3, 2023.
So the McLeans got confused. Kodo, hello, Uncle Josh, Uncle Sheridan. That the second time now, you're telling people to pay our money and the people refuse to pay our money. Please, we want to understand what happened. Are these people above the laws of Liberia? Now, when you hear the people say the McLeans filed a bill of information, this was the point. Are these Unity Party people above the laws of Liberia? Because this is not about politics. These people owe our money. These people use our party headquarters. These people came to us on an arrangement for us to give them place so that we hang the party flag, they put Maryland flag, they put bombing flag, they put the 15 county flag, they do all of that things. They print that t-shirt to our headquarters. They did everything to our headquarters. Why are you not? Hello? Why are you not? So, Kodo, please get our information. Why are people not paying our money? You're tired of arresting them. Why are they not paying our money? And why are you not arresting them? Why are you not making them to live up to what your ruling would normally say? Let's proceed.
Informing the court about the Unity Party's refusal to comply. On May 19, 2023, a ruling was made stating that all UP officials will be held in contempt if the party failed to pay. So this was like this year now, May 19, around May.
So on May 19.
Yeah.
So after the people filed information, people say, but Kodo, tell on. They may not above the law. They may not supposed to pay up. So Kodo, quote, Josh, Sheridan. So the men above the law that when they owe people personal money, they're not supposed to pay. You tell up. So the court felt under obligation. The court felt that they were under moral and legal obligation to respond. And their response was given on the 19th of May, 2023, a ruling was handed down. Go ahead.
However, on June 8, the Unity Party filed an application for payment stipulation, informing the court that they had paid US $50,000, which represented 25% of the total amount, contrary to the judge's mandate. They requested to pay the balance in 4 equal installments.
So when the court issued a statement on the 19th of May, then on the 8th of June, the Unity Party filed an application for a payment stipulation, informing the court. So they told the court, say, oh, court, you're sorry. Court, no, they even didn't pay you. The court informing the court that they have paid, that they have paid 50,000, which represents, so the king said, oh, court, we paid about $50,000. So the balance money will pay in 4 installments. Go ahead.
The court noted that since its November 23, 2022 judgment and the filing of the Bill of Information, there has been no evidence of the UP making efforts to pay the required 50% by October 31, 2022. Therefore, the court concluded that it will be left with no alternative but to enforce the November 23, 2021 judgment. In his ruling, Judge J. Kennedy Peabody of the 6th Judicial Circuit Court emphasized that the court had previously ordered the Unity Party to pay the full judgment by June 10, I guess, this year.
Okay.
Failure to do.
So when they wrote the court, they said, "Oh, cool, we already get a minute 50,000." The court said, "What? No evidence to show that you get to put money." Huh? Alexa, NIA? Yeah.
No evidence to have honored what was discussed in November.
Good.
Right.
So the court noted that since its November 23rd ruling and the filing of the Bill of Information, there has been no evidence of the UP making efforts to pay the required 50% by October 31st, 2022. Therefore, so the court said pay 50%. When you go and pay 25%, 25% is not an honoring of the court's mandate. Right? Mm-hmm. The court said go pay about $2. You go pay about $1. You know the court, you know what the court tell you. The court said go and pay the people $2. When you went and pay $1, that your business. What the court told you to do was $2 and $2 clearly. Nothing beyond $2. Pay $2. Okay, go ahead.
Judge Peabody stated that the ruling of May 16, 2023, it was like this year now, is still in effect due to the UP's repeated failure to meet its own stipulations. Wow.
So the man said, look, the judge said, my man, the initial thing we told you that what you should do, pay the people their money according to the way how all agreed that you pay it. An attempt to do otherwise, it is not honoring the court. This court, when the court opines, when the court issue a statement, that statement is ought to be, adhered to and respected.
Consequently, the court denied the UP's stipulated request and overruled it. Hence, Judge Peabody gave the Unity Party an additional deadline until July 3 to pay the full amount of arrears owed to McLean.
So Judge Kennedy Peabody gave the Unity Party an additional deadline. So after almost 4 different times of delaying the people money here and there, you go, you back, won't pay the money in chicken chin, or because okay, chicken chin, he said, yeah, he said, go do it. The time they can pay it. We won't pay the money in Grumpy Chin, Grumpy Chin, you saw, the party, what you ought to do, he said, yeah, so go pay it. They can pay it. Want to do the money, let's pay chicken, you want to do separate chicken to pay people that money, they say, yeah, he said, go do it. The party will still not be able to honor it. So the judge said, that thing load of 50 jar. That thing that the party men on a lot of nuts, it let the people doing 50 jar with the McLean family. So I, in my authority as the judge presiding over this 6th judicial court, yeah, this 6th circuit court, judicial circuit court, will opine and rule. Will get my ruling. In my ruling, I'll be clear that UP will have an additional deadline until the July 3 to pay the full amount of arrears owed the McLeans. Yesterday was July 3.
Wow.
So the statement, the verdict that was issued by the judge was that, my man, all I thing, and not listening to it. You're tired promising the people, you're not live up to your own promise. So we are giving you guys up to the 3rd of July. And this ruling was done on May 16. Hello? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. That was about a month and a half ago. Because you got extra 15 days in May plus the entire June. So that 1 month, 15 days, 1 month and a half. Since Judge Peabody ruled that, hey, Unity Party, I am tired with my court being used as a place to talk about your whole. I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing the judge ruling. I don't want to be held in contempt by the court, but I'm paraphrasing, right? The whole thing you're doing, I don't want it to be why I need to do July 3. You're not paying for the money. What did he say he would do to them? Hence, Judge Peabody gave the Unity Party an additional deadline until July 3 to pay the full amount of arrears owed to the Wajuro McLean's enterprise.
So this is exactly the final judgment.
The respondent
The respondent Unity Party is hereby given up to and including
the
3rd of July 2023. Same day being Monday to satisfy the full judgment amount.
So you see it? So the court said we're not into no sepe nyama with you anymore. Pay these people their money, and that payment should be made on the 3rd of July 2023, same date being Monday. And the entire amount should be paid to the Wardlaw McLean family. Yesterday was the deadline.
Failure to comply with this ruling, the sheriff of the court is ordered to arrest the living bodies.
They should not die. Don't kill them. Don't beat them. Don't kill them. They say they are living bodies
of the standard bearer.
Don't bring their dead bodies. You know, we got to interpret what the court says. What are you laughing for? We got to interpret what the court says. So the judge said, failure on the part, and according to our sources, up to 3:59 today, we were duly informed by our impeccable sources that the Unity Party is yet to make 1 cent payment into the coffers of the Wardlaw McLean's family. What that means is that they were unable to live up to the court's ruling, and they are in flagrant violation of the court's ruling. Hence, the authority given by the sheriff under the gavel of Judge Kennedy Peabody will now lie. So what that means is that the sheriff by this time should be looking for the living bodies
of the standard bearer.
Read that part again. That says what? Read that part.
Okay, so failure to comply with this ruling. The sheriff of the court is ordered to arrest the living bodies of the standard bearer of the Unity Party.
Failure to comply, which means they already failed, because up to 3:59 today, my sources, impeccable as they are, told me 1 cent not go to the Wardlaw McLean family yet. So failure to comply with this ruling, the sheriff of the court is ordered to arrest not the dead bodies,
living bodies,
the living bodies of the standard bearer. Joe Barker won't be living, you must arrest him.
The chairman of the Unity Party,
Reverend Luther Tappe, won't be living, you must arrest him.
The secretary general of the Unity Party,
Amos Toya, won't be living, you must put handcuff on him
without notice to them. And brought forth before this court.
Don't even entertain any fidija conversation.
Ensure assets.
Bring them to the courtroom before me, Judge Kennedy Peabody. Go ahead.
Ensure assets of the respondent Unity Party to be auctioned by this court to satisfy the judgment amount.
By this time around, Unity Party people should be putting cloth on their pickup to ride around town, so that people can see Unity Party on it, because the court's supposed to be arresting Unity Party pickups. The court's supposed to be shutting down the headquarters of the Unity Party up Broad Street.
The assets.
The court now want to know whether somebody pay the rent you. They put their Unity Party headquarters, national headquarters, the flag there. Now the person who got the whole can say, no, court, they may not rent you. Let the lease agreement enough for them. So that one, the court got a way to settle it. But any vehicle passing in the country now with Unity Party on it, that vehicle will be arrested and taken to the court. But now all Unity Party cars should be parking at the court under the surveillance of the court sheriffs and the different security people there. They'll be auctioned. I mean, they got to sell it until they can get 200,000, whatever the new amount is, the remaining amount is, until they can get that remaining amount. When they get more than it, when they get a Wardlaw McLean family their money, they banner change, they call Joe Barker for it. They say, Papi, banner change, y'all take it, y'all go to do. You owe the people money for a long time now, over 1 year, 6 months. 5 different times we have arranged different payment plans, payment mentor. You refuse to pay. Yet and still, you keep parading around the country with fleets of vehicles. You go to Iron Factory for one fee, you give the people thousands of Liberian dollars. Whether that Jamaican giving it or not, nobody cares. Once you're operating, that Unity Party giving it. You bought several vehicles. To add insult to injuries, the very moment you left the people property that you could not pay rent for, you went to Broad Street. No, unless you living Douala. Hello, you live in St. Paul Bridge. In Simple Bridge, the rooms in there are $20, $25, $30, $20, $25, $30. Some places, real cry hole in Simple Bridge, you can get a room for $15. Right? And like you can pay somebody rent in cry hole, Simple Bridge, where you paying $15, $20. But the day the person get you notice, you owe them rent or you got almost 2 year rent for them. You not pay the rent again, notice. So it's okay, see you owe my rent, let you move on in the house. We'll be thinking how you pay my rent for it, but let you move on in my house first. So you let the person house in cry hole where you're paying $15. But the very moment you left the person house, you went to Broad Street. Or you go to Cinco, 5th Street, 8th Street on the beach side. I say on the land side, on the beach side. Then you go rent another apartment in the height of Cinco. But the way they make things crazy. My rent in Simple Bridge at $15 US. He's unable to pay my rent. But by the time I took him from my house, he went to Cinco 5th Street and is renting an apartment where he's paying up to $30, $50. We can get $50 wholesale Cinco. Where he paying up to $60, $70. So what that means is that he has more than my money. So why is he refusing to pay me? Why is he refusing? So court, please intervene. This is the case of the Wardrobe McLean family, before the Liberian justice system. Now, I don't want people to take this thing to be political, because an attempt to politicize it is to disenfranchise, another Liberian who is seeking justice for his properties. When the Wardrobe McLean family were building their property, putting cement and block together, water and crushed rag, steel rod and nails with zinc, the United Party people were different places doing their different thing. Those people suffered. You bet me, Reverend Luther Tapper cannot sit in a church, the parsonage or the house in living in to be used at United Party Court. I'm not too sure you were alive. Amin Moda is the owner of Bella Casa Hotel. Why do you think he did not, when the people removed United Party from Congo, why do you think he did not give Bella Casa Hotel to be used as the headquarters of the United Party? Because he understands automatically that he's into business. The same way you are into business it is still the same way that the Wardrobe McLean family are into business. The same real estate business. You're doing hotel business and real estate now. They got you into their own real estate business. I mean, you have your property. You're unwilling. Suncoast Beach, the former Suncoast Beach, opposite Investment Park was for Amin Moda, according to what we learned. We stand to be corrected on that one. When United Party left, a lot of people had thought that United Party will go opposite the Investment Park, right side Omar Ellen Johnson selling her. Some kind of way we have Amin Moda rack the place to different people. He racket to different people, and currently the Ocean Drive Beach Resort is there. He was unable to even take. No, I'm not trying to beat on Mr. Moda. But I'm trying to draw the analogy that what partisans, senior partisans in the party cannot afford to encounter. Why are they allowing another Liberian to go through it? And I'm sounding like this because I want to take politics out of the conversation. Why? Okay, we got to bring politics into it because this is a political party we're talking about. When you pass around the country, people say we want to rescue Liberia. Rescue 1, rescue 2, rescue NT. Wow, ni Madela Kopo, rescue NT. Rescue Uncle Dara Delon. Rescue Mother Yombly Kanga Lawrence. Rescue Bishop Prince Johnson. So you got all of the rescue stuff around the country, and you have a simple thing that rent under 200,000. You cannot rescue it. Now, not only are you not rescuing that money, but you've demonstrated signs of being disobedient to the law. Now, how can a prospective government, political parties are governments in waiting? When you have a political party, what that means is that you can preside over the affairs of the country the very next minute. Now, to sit and be on record for disobeying the court's order on several occasions, not one time, not 2 times, not 3 times, multiple occasions, to be on record, and you still have the nerves, you still have the courage to look in the faces of Liberians and tell them you are the rescue mission. How are we? Now, when we have the conversation, people get angry. That's the silly thing about the country. When you have this frank conversation to say, oh, the beginning is this one, the beginning is one-sided. How is this conversation being one-sided? How is it? Oh, granted. Well, come on. I mean, we got to be honest with the discourse now. How is paying? This is an act of irresponsibility. Pay the people their rent. That's what you due them. You owe them. You willfully went into this. This is not something that happened to you mistakenly. To say, I didn't know, I was just passing and the horse, I'm going to rent it. Mistakenly, I rented the horse. No, this is something you purposely, willfully, intentionally went to the McLean family and requested for their property to be used as your party headquarters. Now, time to pay, you say they must be you. To pay the people money, you say the people should cry for their own money. Do you know how long it took those people to wait patiently in anticipation that you will pay their money? You know how many of their children are supposed to go to school in America, in Liberia? You know how many of their properties are supposed to be renovating? You know how many of the other investment, when people get their property off for lease agreement, loan lease agreement, they do projection in anticipation of their money. They will decide, we'll put it one to the other project, we'll put it one. You know how you've delayed their project? Your deliberate action to refuse to pay the people their due money. Do you know what injuries it has caused their estate? Now, these are people who will be going to the Liberian people in the coming days, Alexa, and months, and keep telling them that we have the ability to give Liberia. This is an act of stagnating the Liberian people. How are you promising to ensure that Liberians will be in charge of their economy when you, as a political party wishing to take the affairs of the country, is on record of strangulating a Liberian business? The last time we go to Mo Ali Opium Mo, he said they gave one of the McLean, $30,000 job, and because of that, McLean people shouldn't ask for their money. The last time we go ask, bring the issue up, Mo Ali, the man said, oh, we not get a $30,000 job. One of the family members, even if you have paid that money, even if that money was paid to one of the McLeans, was he not qualified? Was it not your payroll structure? You were the government. He did not put gun to your neck and tell you what to pay him. You have control over the country's fiscal policy. You have control over the country's monetary policy. You have control over the reserves of the national covers. You have everything at your disposal. You made the determination as to how much you pay individuals within your government. So if you choose to pay the McLean family member even $30 million per month, it is what you decided as a government. That's how you chose to squander the nation's resources. It has nothing to do with you refusing to pay the people money that you legally owe them. When you talk to somebody, say you're partial. You don't practice your job with impartiality. You're unbalanced. What is being unbalanced in this thing? I mean, you be the judge. Oh, you sit here and you think, look, beyond politics, the McLean family people are Liberians. They too deserve justice. 200,000 from a family. Do you know what the family went through to secure that land? Do you know how much they would have gotten were they to decide to put Lebanese, Indians, other people on that property to make money? They would have generated a lot of money. They choose to give it to a Liberian initiative, a party, a political institution. You claim to want to liberate the Liberian people. Your model, your ideology of transformation is about rescuing the country, but you are there suffocating a Liberian business. How dare you? When we talk, you question our credibility. When we talk, you question our independence. This country will not burn. This country, Liberia, will not burn. We'll take our break. We'll come back. We'll go to the lines and we'll hear you. Let's take our break to come right back.
many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, all the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper.
Okay, so that is what it is. How dare you owe the people for over two years?
From the center to interior. Crime Stopper.
Out of 5 different arrangements from the courts, you are yet to pay them their money.
Crime Stopper,
But you claim to want to rescue the country. How is that supposed to make sense to me? How is that supposed to be interpreted by Liberians? Join the conversation right now. Put in your calls, those of you listening, and let's have your input right here on 87.9. Those of you listening can join us on +231 886 500 104 776 104 104. The international line is still available and open. That number is +231 886 500 104. Let's take the first person. What is the name? Where do you join us from, sir? Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you so much, KOK. My name is Aaron. I'm calling from Pennsylvania, United States of America.
The U.S. Go ahead, Aaron, quickly.
KOK, thank you so much. My first attention I've been drawn to the developmental aspect you guys were talking about. KOK, when the nation is developed, will attract more tourists who come into the country. For example, you can see more Liberians leaving Liberia going to Dubai to go see Dubai. They are not just going there because the name of Dubai. They're going there to go see how beautiful the country is. Because of development, people migrate from one location to another location. So when President we have decided to develop Liberia, a few group of guys think that Liberia should remain where it is today, and which of course it's not. Liberia is part of the global village, so Liberia should be developed. So this is what President we have taken upon in time to develop Liberia. And also, KOK, you always think that of a simple English, you are always spoken with simple English aspect of Unity Party saga. When Esa were reading the stuff and you were continuing to break it down to a lower extent that a little man in Liberia can understand, you were not speaking any vocabulary words. You were speaking of time word and of Korokwa as well. So the common Liberian man can understand what you're trying to say.
That's the essence.
Party were just in power just 12 years ago. How come they're not able to pay like arrears? Imagine 12 years in power, 200 and some more thousand, they're not able to generate. We got other guys that are in power, more alienated, working. What they do with that money? I mean, more that. The party chairman, all the guys are there saying one time there is no money person in Unity Party that able to knock that chest to settle the people who's rate, that will be content to disgrace them, become popular all the time. Okay, thank you so much for the call.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Go. Oh my God, we missed out on that person. I am very sorry that you had to slip off. It is as a result of fire. But let's take this this other person right here. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah. Good afternoon. My name is Francis Kamara, calling you from Johnsonville Peace Community.
Go ahead, Francis. Let's hear you, boss man.
Let me speak quick to the issue pertaining to the rent arrears holding by the Unity Party led government.
Unity Party.
You know, if you say you want to rescue a country, you should be sincere to the Liberian people. You cannot be holding somebody almost 200,000 and you're not able to pay. How will you rescue us? When you cannot rescue a rent, how will you rescue the Liberian people? That is the question I want to ask them. If we can't rescue that, we can't rescue the rent. How will you rescue the Liberian people?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you, Karen. Let me say welcome to say Eleza.
Go ahead, William Wulu. Let's hear you quickly. No time.
Thank you. People defend our Karen. come to the developmental aspect, and can why they say development, it can be. Why they say that is that he would have running the again, and then you check. I got Ghana every time. People in the park on a road, plenty people in the park on a road. Even to 10 o'clock, but this time you can't find that because why? They play no traffic. So you get your boss there, you not still on. You ride money, but you not still on. So the money also maybe for you go to Panama Junction will be saying that within the passion. One person will be coming. You got why? And the place open. So everybody can ride anything in one ride. You can't wait for anything again. So this is it. Even now they put in that honey water in town. That will come again, they will start competing. So who that honey water in the wheelbarrow? Not making money again. Yeah, because water is in town now. So that development go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it can with pin. So they put everybody and go with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll leave it right there. Let's take this other person on line 1. Go ahead. 1 minute. Oh my God. No, this line is terrible. Let's take this person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Line 1. Go ahead. 1 minute. Hello.
Oliver.
Let's hear you, man.
Oliver Khan.
Let's hear you. Go ahead.
How you doing, Papa? How you doing?
We're great.
Yeah. I was just wanted to talk on the guy with the electricity. That's what I just want to talk about. Oliver Khan, when we were in Liberia before the war, right? Lanco was there, and Lanco had a generator, and there were people that were working with Lanco and doing repairing and other things there. So I just want our people. I know when you have a generator that you're facing generator, and now you are not getting a contract. Let's just bear with one another. Let's develop the country. When companies come, you can apply. I think there are other companies in our country that are using what it in generator. Let's say for other thing, manufacturing or something, he can go apply there to be able to get a job. That's why I just wanted to throw that little thing in there. But the country got to develop. We got to forge ahead. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, man. Rebecca from Minnesota. Let's take this other person. Where are you? Where you join us from quickly?
Hey, okay, good afternoon.
Good evening.
Alyssa, how you doing?
Good evening from Liberia. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Lucien Varney. Yeah, okay, thank you for the show. My attention goes to the Unity Party when it comes to the rent issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is unfortunate for our country, right? To see an organization that asking the people to take over the affairs of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
If these people cannot settle the affairs of their institution, how would they be able to manage Liberia if they cannot manage the political party that the DLSA, the law that they standing into and taking all these positions, what a senator or all the other positions that their people are vying for?
Mm-hmm.
If they cannot manage that institution and pay their rent, how would they be able to manage the entire country, Liberia, where we have different diversity, we have different people with different opinions? How would these people be able to manage Liberia? And then coming to the legislative area,
mm-hmm.
where our brother were talking about, you know, he had a special area like facing generator. You know, like just why you say, okay, these are areas that the government need to focus on because it had to do with the young people, and these are empowerment. And if somebody having a business or they repairing or a generator, and then maybe electricity or overtake the entire country, and that person is out of job, government has the responsibility also to make avenue for these people because they cannot go out of job. The same way President Weah, for example, those doctors that were making $700 under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and President Weah thought it wise that these people, they can't go to school for 5 years, 4 years, and then they come outside, they continue to make $700, they'll make that salary $2,000. That's progress, and that's the same way when it comes to our brothers that on the technical side. We had to make some avenue so that they can still be within the employment of our country. Thank you, Kyoki, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take this question. Go ahead quickly. 1 minute.
Good evening, Kyoki.
1 minute, no time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna use probably 45 seconds. My name is Super Junior, and I'm calling as PLP Youth Chairman for Motorada County. Well, Kyoki and Alexa, me appreciate you guys this evening for laying emphasis on the McCain case along with the Unity Party. What I think from my perspective, I think it is a step in democracy, and the Unity Party, we know they have named themselves several rescuers, and up to now they have failed to pay a common rentage. Like you put a scenario, okay, how can you be living in a zero, you cannot afford to pay that person rented, they put you out, as a tenant, and you go out and rent, upstairs building. Isn't that an insult to the person you owe? And I think the Unity Party, as a former ruling party and a political party in this country, should learn to respect democracy. She should learn to respect the rule of law.
Thank you.
She try and pay the people money. It is not fair to spend on the court. The court should be respected. No more. There's a same thing that did during the former Chief Justice, where his money were resisting.
Thank you.
Resisting arrest.
Thank you. Talk about. Let's leave you and take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute, quickly.
Yeah, okay, Kai, how you doing? Oliver Kai.
We're good, man. Sissy, female general. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I want to wear about 10 go. I leave my mouth sharp, getting sharp again.
Man, Sissy, go ahead.
Thank you for having me, my child. No, unless I want to laugh in, I see I'm speaking to you. Someone talking my thing, don't laugh. Take your ears from A, Alexa. Thank you. Okay, the thing of say about Moses, it was that teacher police in the cell, Charlotte Musi case. That's somebody where you know say small thing in the cell. But maybe tomorrow we'll talk about it.
No, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'm trying to put all of the pieces together.
Okay. So I want to say to Joe Buaka, the last time we were talking about the three people how they do their job. Then when I behind the people in behind us, Buaka and his children. The Buaka man, where the only man, he can't learn nothing. No second nature and passing. He can't tell me a fast. Okay. Look, if I was marking from the time to fish for you, okay. I'm going to water up my friend and tag him. Carry him, I say carry to that person, Papa.
No, but that would be a violation against the law.
No, it's not violation. That's what they say. That's what they feel like violence. I tell that idiot, carry him and dancing over there. And they put him. And carry them where carry them. Then ask what happened. He was telling all I see to the people. So what they tell me? You guys see the great man, no sense, okay? You also want 2 years, you can't pay. Then you go have party. I know working at party, go have I know rescue boy. Something about you having party for anything. When you get to the poor house rent, then you buy take on there right here. What can I displace and say that you say one rescue library to rescue master your children? What can I trouble yet? Who can you see when I walk out children here in the function? Look at the show, people will have no power. You are here, not your own. So we come that place today, go to every today. Who got school, go in there. If you go out children going there today, they go in there and let you trade. But today, Buaka you for 12 years. What they say behind him when he passed on the Buaka, when he passed on the medical lorry. What can I tell you here so? I want rescue in the country. Look, Buaka will take you. Please try to pay the point. Go and get coming for you, Buaka. Oh, who they put this children? I want to put you go your face. But anyway, so you're sleeping. What pay that for money for a bill disgrace for you?
Forget all that sleeping thing and that money being talking. Not sleeping to talking.
Yeah, because she made that I want to go and say any year the poor go on your face. You get look at your face like you sleeping. You ask me a question, you ask me what a
no, man, to stop it. Yeah? No, stop it. So what? you mean they can put shares on the public because of what?
For sleeping contest. For sleeping beauty. The one get put out him, God, he's sleeping. So when he woke up and the money there.
No. That because the song can be shiny and they can do the program outside. That's
he all for song happy he got before the song be happy who? He got
no, but the man is old. The reason why they put dark shades on his face outside is because they don't want the sun rays to affect his
so come and say blind man I will be our person there.
Thank you very much.
So when he blind, put that he blind. That'll be full right here.
Thank you very much. Thank you, man. Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. We leave you right there. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Hear the Uber. Let's hear you. Go ahead, Chief. Let's hear you. Quickly. 1 minute.
We are in the community, we are in the district, mobilizing our people, not the people are present on either side. Okay, so you can only manage to listen to find out. So nothing managed to indicate that this Sunday. So we are going to teaching the authority of we as our president, but we are not disappointed because we know these things must happen because we know they are not people of taking care of their own responsibility because they have people responsibility.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah. We have to let you out. This other person quickly. 1 minute.
Hello, okay. Hello, Alessa. Thank you, Papa.
Let's hear you, ma'am. Quickly.
Yeah, United Party. Shame on you. Shame on them. Very shame. You see, you're coming to rescue, then you rescue yourself. Yeah, that somebody else you're coming to rescue. How you will rescue people when you don't rescue yourself? It's too disgraceful. It's too disgraceful. You don't know what tomorrow bring. Maybe you'll be in South Beach tomorrow. Where is Tape? Where is Parker? Where is Moari? Who said again when I call it, then it better will not be for him when it get quiet. Where are they? Where are they? You gather people money down there. You see that the kind of president that you hire, you get the people money. You don't want to pay for the people money.
Thank you.
Will go on square for nothing.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. We'll leave you right there. We take the other person. Go ahead quickly. What's your name?
My name is Jala Johnson calling from Afghanistan. Okay. Thank you so much for this program.
Jala from Afghanistan.
Let me tell you something.
Let's hear you, Jala.
Yeah. The reason why Liberia development is very slow is that Liberian lost this self satisfaction. Today, I was chatting with someone on Facebook, and the person said they will not vote for President Weah. I said, for what? They said because President Weah is not in favor of them. So I said, but the road that he's facing that everyone will be using in future is not important to you, but you only want it for it to be in your account or in your pocket. Then a mini President Weah is good. That's how you want Liberia to be. So that's the problem with the guys. They're saying LDC coming, but they're not thinking that tomorrow they see LDC will be investor that they will get a good job. They're not even thinking about doing that generator job anymore. So as for Unity Party, I always told people God is exposing them to the Liberian. It is time for the Liberian to sit down. Because someone who said they will carry you to America, they let them take you to Wallasa and buy you the slipper. Then you know that they can buy you plane ticket and they can even stick for your visa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take the last three, then we go home. This person, let's hear you 1 minute. What's your name? Where you join us from?
Yeah, my name is Domoyan Fofana. I'm calling from the Guinean capital city, Conakry.
Conakry, Guinea. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, okay, he said it, or we the Labron got to set our stomach sometime and for about too much of food or too much of hungry business to the country. Development is very, very, very important. Road development is very important, especially for Monrovia. At the time we're driving taxi in Monrovia, it used to be easy. There's no road. Our at the point will be fighting for taxi to get home. But today, that's gone away because of the development agenda the president is carrying on. And the development is very good. Can't Guinea Conakry and Cancer the place looking like okay. Any part of the city want to go, they are road available. Anywhere you want to go, they are road available. So we think we the Liberian, what can make our country be better right now? He said electricity, carbon water, good road. When we get out with the Monrovia, our city look good. Any investor can come. But we not get electricity stable. You not get carbon water, you not get road. Where will you go? So I'm not time many Liberians someone else so now go also can get it to Igbo. We got to bear the extra side, take the constraint and wait for the development that the president wants to bring. We don't talk about the Unity Party. I want to appeal to my fellow Liberians, please, we shouldn't get the Unity Party back the country. 2 years you can't pay your rent money. When I'm here, my rent in Monrovia expired, they want the 15, and now you connection my rent, the landlord. I'm worried to go back, either next week or to find my family member to go there and go pay the rent for me. So the Unity Party, 2 years you can't pay your whole rent. How will we get the country? What kind of ground we stand out to get our country to you? Thank you very much, okay?
Thank you very much. We'll take the last two. This person, what's your name? Where you join us from quickly? Let's hear you.
Yeah, KOK, calling from Fargo, North Dakota. This is Steady Lion.
Lion, go ahead, Chief.
Yes, I just want to ask a question. As you know, in the nation Liberia, there are some of our leaders. Even though the late Bronsky was not my leader, well, I have some respect for him because you're not integrity. Mr. Bronsky said that Joseph Boakai is one of the wealthiest person in the country. So why Liberian people playing blind eyes on Joseph Boakai? The man who closed his eyes or closed his mouth, 66 because concessions passed in your hands. So those 66 book of concessions, you won't tell me that he never took millions of dollars and embezzled those money, or he's not going to share on that, and then you want to pretend that you don't have money? You understand? They make that money. First of all, you should look at those pickups that went over there. You think that somebody, one individual just came and just in one offer, Unity Party, all that. They make that money. If I've been pretending, I see now he taking small money from President Weah for his sickness and other small traveling. You know understand? So la great portion play blanc as Mr. Bronsky said that. So you please go back to that video where Bronsky was saying that Praga is one of the wealthiest men in the country. Those people got our money. $16 billion passed in their hands. United Party. The time they also face some of the structural issues in the country. They not did that. And President Weah is facing the structural issues in the country according to our finance minister, Samuel Tuer, which makes sense. You understand? So American ambassador have given the endorsement to President Weah and his government. Now President Weah is in Israel. Before the end of the year, the Israeli Prime Minister will be in Liberia. Do you know what's going to be the boost? When America is saying yes, Israel getting ready to support you. So United Party should stop blowing air and start confusing people. We are in America, we are ready for the fight. Even somebody will not rich people will not get money, but our little change. We'll spend it. We'll fight this fight at the end of it.
Thank you very much.
See President Well be real. Bro, be good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And that's how we got to go home. We intended to take 3, but the other caller had to take away the rest of the folks. We'll return here on tomorrow, which is the midweek's edition. My name is Kai Elisha this year. For this cause, we were prepared, we were nurtured. For this call, we will remain steadfast. In the midst of it all, Liberia will not burn. Get it clear. Liberia will not burn. Alexa, we got to go home.